Last year, Sydney Bullock played the role of Dylan, art teacher of Steffi's son Hayes, on The Bold and the Beautiful. She made extra appearances before she was picked to go on contract and is now actively involved in a triangle storyline, also revolving around Will Spencer and Electra Forrester. But the one thing on people's minds is whether Dylan is Luna in some form or shape, and the truth will later be revealed on the soap opera. Sydney had something to say about the theory, and here's what she shared regarding it. During a conversation with Soap Opera Digest, the actress opened up about how she went from a small recurring role to expanding to a contractual role. Her return saw her confessing that she accidentally ran over Luna, thus killing her. "I'm always learning new things," Sydney shared of her role. "I had no idea that I was going to be the one to kill Luna. And then I did not know about the homeless storyline until I read it in the script," she added, about how exciting it is to keep finding new details about the character she is portraying. She continued that she has a few hints about what's ahead. This also includes being involved with RJ Forrester, who also came back on screen after being recast. "We've got this messy little foursome going on, so it's always a fun surprise to see what's coming up." Sydney spoke about the new shaping storyline involving Dylan, Will, Electra, and now even RJ. She knows many viewers think Dylan may have evil intentions, but she feels the character is one who has been through a lot and makes bad choices, but is very genuine at heart. She stated Dylan does make questionable decisions, but it's to be expected considering the ups and downs of her life. "Honestly, I think she's just a girl with a crush. And it's a difficult situation because she cares about Electra. She doesn't want to be disrespectful, but she gets swept up in this guy who was really sweet and helped her out and took her in," Sydney Bullock expressed about the proximity to Will. And for the question on everybody's mind, is Dylan connected to Luna in some way or form? "As far as I know, I'm not Luna in a mask or Luna with plastic surgery to look like Dylan," Sydney responded, and pointed out that Dylan is genuine and not a psychopath like Luna, though she is rebellious. "So not Luna 2.0, but maybe not quite as sweet and innocent as Electra," the actress felt and concluded. "She's not putting people in cages, she's just maybe a little looser on the moral high ground, unintentionally. But she gets swept up. It remains to be seen how the love triangle fares eventually. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for February 5th, 26, highlight a day of high-stakes drama and emotional shifts. The characters in Los Angeles find themselves at various crossroads as long-standing secrets and new desires begin to surface. The main event of the day is Taylor and Deacon taking charge of their own lives. They kiss each other in public, which is against the rules and puts their safety and reputations at risk. Sheila is still a dangerous presence. At the same time that Carter and Daphne are getting ready to say their vows, the Forrester showroom is getting ready for a big wedding party. Steffi is still worried about how her mother and Deacon Sharp are becoming more and more connected. As Sheila Carter watches from the background, not knowing what's going on, the situation gets risky. The Bold and the Beautiful fans can expect intense scenes as these characters try to figure out how to be honest and in love. The next episode of The Bold and the Beautiful will be mostly about the main characters' romantic relationships and big steps forward at work. From a secret meeting in the office to a wedding at a fashion house, the story moves quickly between several ongoing plots. Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes are going to kiss, but it's not okay. Even though Steffi gave a lot of warnings, this moment happened. Since Deacon asked Taylor for help with dealing with Sheila's lies, it's been hard for Taylor to keep professional boundaries with him. Taylor tried to stop being friends with Sheila, but she couldn't stay away from Deacon. This second kiss is proof that their attraction has grown into a serious relationship. They are now going into dangerous territory where a fight could happen very quickly if Sheila finds out their secret. The wedding of Daphne Rose and Carter Walton also takes place that day. The wedding is held in the Forrester showroom. Daphne picked Steffi to be her maid of honor, and Steffi did a great job planning and throwing a bachelorette party before the big day. Carter is excited to start a life with Daphne because he has had a lot of failed relationships in the past. As they finally get married in front of their coworkers and friends, they promise to love each other. While one couple is having a good time, another is having a bad time. Will Spencer and Electra Forrester's relationship starts to fall apart. Their relationship takes a big hit because Electra is insecure and Dylan is there. Will was too easygoing with Dylan, which made things rough with Electra. Tests like these put their relationship to the test, and they might not be able to fix the growing gap between them. It's getting messy for RJ Forrester in his personal life. RJ might be able to find a way to comfort Electra while she and Will are having a hard time. RJ does, however, have a link to Dylan. He might start to like her or even work with her to get Will to do what they want. For the younger people on The Bold and the Beautiful, this makes things more complicated. After they get married, Daphne and Carter start planning to have a family right away. The mission to make babies is their main goal. They will likely, however, hit a big problem along the way. The newlyweds may have trouble getting pregnant in the future. This challenge will put their marriage to the test soon after they got married. It's likely that The Bold and the Beautiful will show how the couple deals with this together. The Bold and the Beautiful, scoop for Thursday, February 5th, reveals Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp won't be able to stay away from each other. Also coming up, Ridge Forrester will get a visitor in the CEO office. B&B spoilers tease a photo for Thursday shows Ridge smiling warmly at someone. It could be RJ Forrester, who recently admitted to Carter Walton that he had started designing again. The Forrester Creations COO took a look at RJ's designs and was highly impressed. Viewers will recall that Brooke Forrester encouraged her son to work by Ridge's side on the couture line. So, will RJ decide to share his design work with his father? Meanwhile, Taylor was shocked when Steffi Forrester threatened to cut off access to her entire family if her mom kept seeing Deacon. But instead of complying with her daughter's wishes, she asked him over to the Cliff House. The world-renowned psychiatrist told Deacon about Steffi's ultimatum. However, she also said she wasn't willing to give him up. Then Taylor proceeded to make out with Deacon in her daughter's living room. On Thursday, the pair will once again make time for each other, and they'll share another steamy, forbidden smooch. But rumor has it, Deacon and Taylor's passion for each other will explode, and things could go further than a kiss this time. So, will the couple end up making love? Stay tuned! Hey B&B fans! Are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. Bold and the Beautiful has Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp determined to be together despite the fact that Steffi Forrester just hit Taylor with a heartbreaking ultimatum. So, last week we saw Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes professing their love to each other, and they shared a passionate kiss. Deacon thinks he and Taylor are meant to be together, and she agrees. They talked again with Deacon reiterating that he's ready to leave Sheila Carter to be with Taylor. And then we saw Taylor telling Steffi Forrester that she and Deacon can't deny their feelings anymore, and they want to be together. Of course, Steffi freaked, and she told Taylor this can't happen. Then Steffi took things further and told Taylor that if she's with Deacon, that's a deal breaker. Steffi said Taylor's not just putting herself in danger, she's putting Steffi and the kids in danger because Sheila will come after them all. She will lash out if Deacon leaves her. So Steffi told Taylor, "If you start seeing Deacon, I will cut you out of this family." Of course, that horrified Taylor. But spoilers for this week confirm that Deacon and Taylor vow to find a way to be together, and they share another kiss. So, they're not going to give up. While Steffi was raging at Taylor, we had Deacon trying to low-key bring up divorce to Sheila. What didn't help was that when Deacon was trying to talk to her, Sheila had that giant hatchet knife that she was using to chop up fish. So, Deacon's trying to ease Sheila into the idea of divorce, talking about what a good person she is now and how much she's changed, whether or not they're together. But the only problem is basically what Deacon did was he put Sheila on high alert, and she's going to be suspicious. Meanwhile, Taylor and Deacon are very intent on being together because they are in love. Steffi's ultimatum is a problem, and so is the fact that Deacon is pretty much scared of Sheila. I suspect that Deacon and Taylor are going to start a secret affair while they figure out how to make sure Sheila doesn't come unhinged and doesn't start hurting people that she loves. And of course, Deacon and Taylor could always wait to be together, and they could be patient. But I doubt we're going to see that, especially because we're in February sweeps. I think Deacon and Taylor are going to keep seeing each other. They're going to keep smooching, and I think they're going to do even more than that. I think we're on a countdown to seeing them getting intimate, but Deacon and Taylor need some place to be together because they definitely can't go to his place. Deacon lives with Sheila, and they can't go to her place because Taylor lives in Steffi Forrester's guest house, and she has hit her with that ultimatum. So, I suspect Taylor and Deacon are going to get themselves a little love nest somewhere they can sneak off and be together. Because as of now, the only way for Taylor to be with Deacon is to sneak around. Until they can figure out how to get Sheila to calmly accept that Deacon doesn't want to be with her, they either have to stay away from each other or they have to creep around and develop this relationship in secret. Taylor and Deacon also need to meet in secret to strategize on how to get him extricated from his marriage to Sheila without her trying to kill Taylor or Deacon, or both him and Taylor. I don't think Deacon is patient enough to wait to be with Taylor, but at the same time, he doesn't want her to be at risk. Official 2026. Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers said that Deacon is very intent on protecting Taylor from Sheila, and the potential risk that she might go nuclear and want revenge on Taylor for taking her man. Of course, if Deacon can find a way to peacefully divorce Sheila, then Steffi may reconsider the ultimatum. But as of now, I can see why Steffi's right not to trust Sheila. I don't think there's any way to stop her from going bat-crap crazy if Deacon tells her he wants a divorce. That's bad enough. But to make it worse, if he tells Sheila he's in love with Taylor and wants to be with her, that's going to be a huge problem, because Sheila is giving Taylor the credit for saving their relationship. And even worse, if Deacon brings his kids into this and says, "Look, part of the issue is my kids don't want you around Sheila, but they totally approve of me being with Taylor." I mean, that is going to hit Sheila twice as hard. And in the end, I don't think there's any stopping the train wreck that's coming. But Taylor already said she's willing to take the risk, and she isn't afraid of Sheila. And flat out, Taylor said she's not going to live in fear. But she can't do anything about Steffi's fear, which is tangible and justified. So she and Deacon are definitely going to pursue their relationship, and they need time alone so that they can bask in these newfound feelings and sort out the Sheila situation. So, they need a love nest, and I'm wondering where that's going to be. Bold has an unused set that they could remake into a romantic little hidey hole where those two can be together. Do you remember Luna Nozawa's little apartment? I think that would work. That's a set they've got built and on hand and was used recently. The problem with a hotel room is that would leave a money trail unless it was some little ratty cash-only place. But B&B has a set for that too. Do you remember that icky little hotel where Eric Forrester and Quinn Fuller used to meet before they were publicly outed in a relationship? Then again, Taylor could take a page from Bill Spencer's playbook and have a naughty little sex room built next door to her office. Taylor and Deacon could also just lock the door and get busy on her shrink couch, but anybody could catch them there, including Steffi or Sheila. I think Hope Logan and Deke Sharp would actually help them as much as possible. They might even run interference so that Deacon could sneak around to be with Taylor. We know that both of Deacon's kids want him to leave Sheila, and they very much want him to be with Taylor instead. I also think that when Hope hears that Steffi gave Taylor this ultimatum and threatened to cut her out of the family, I could see Hope doubling down to help Deacon and Taylor on the sly. This week, Steffi's going to go tell Ridge Forrester that Taylor has feelings for Deacon. I'm sure Ridge is going to be outraged, and he'll tell Brooke Logan. But I think Brooke would support Taylor being with Deacon. Brooke might also try and help get through to Steffi and help Deacon find a way to get Sheila to accept a divorce without getting violent. One thing we know for sure is that Deacon and Taylor are very happy to have found each other, and they are falling in love. They're already saying, "I love you." I think they could have a really good life together, but Sheila is the primary and most terrifying obstacle to this relationship. If they can deal with Sheila and get her to accept things, I think that Steffi would drop the whole deal about cutting her mom out of her life. In the meantime, I expect to see Deacon and Taylor sneaking around and finding some place where they can be together without prying eyes seeing them. Wait to see if they find a little love nest all of their own. It is February sweeps, so I'm expecting them to find some place with a bedroom, and they're going to hit the sheets. The Bold and the Beautiful delivered a high-stakes episode on February 4th, 2026, following the fallout of Eric Forrester's forced retirement and his shocking move to join Logan. Tonight's episode was mostly about how Eric secretly showed off his new portfolio and how Liam Spencer found out about it. Hope and Liam talked about the morality of Ridge's choice to retire his father at Forrester. Liam said he didn't think Eric would ever come back under those circumstances. Brooke and Ridge, on the other hand, thought Katie's new fashion business was nothing more than a side project that wouldn't really hurt their empire. Ridge was sure that no other unknown designer could match the class of his brand. When Liam walked into Bill's office and saw Eric's sketches, that was the most exciting part. Liam had a conflict of interest right away when he saw that the Forrester patriarch was on the same side as Katie and Bill. Bill and Katie told him to be quiet and made it clear that this was only about Spencer's business. Eric was adamant about his choice and said that his future is with Logan. He admitted that this news would definitely make things crazy for Brooke and Ridge. At the end of the episode, Eric was ready to start a new adventure, which put the Forrester family in a tough spot. Ridge and Brooke shared a funny moment in the Forrester design office, which hid the tension they were feeling about the family business. Ridge was a little silly, and Brooke liked the rare peace and quiet. They talked about how great their life seemed to be, but Brooke said she missed her sister Katie. Ridge didn't like Katie's new fashion company, even though they were related. He told Brooke in a cocky way that Katie's project wasn't as advanced as theirs and couldn't compete. He even said he might hire Katie back for PR work after her business failed. Brooke talked to a reporter on the phone to defend her sister, but she agreed with Ridge that the mystery designer wasn't real. Both of them thought that the Forrester legacy could not be changed. Hope Logan was too busy with work, so Liam offered to help by picking up their daughter, Beth. Their talk quickly turned to the main topic of the day: Eric's departure from the Forrester fashion scene on The Bold and the Beautiful. Liam had a different point of view than the Logan sisters. He said that Ridge basically made Eric make the decision. He said that if the roles had been switched, he would have supported his father's wish to keep working. Hope said that Ridge left the door open for Eric to come back. Liam was still unsure and didn't think Eric would ever come back as a subordinate. The couple chose not to take sides in the fight between Brooke and Katie that was getting worse. They didn't want to deal with the drama that usually happens in their families when there are business problems. At the Spencer office, Bill and Katie talked about how Ridge's decision to fire Eric was a bad move from a strategic point of view. They saw the situation as a great chance to improve Logan's reputation in the business. Soon after, Eric showed up with a portfolio in his hand and a scarf over his face. As soon as he felt safe, he took off his work and asked Katie to look at the future of her business. Katie was blown away right away and said the designs were beautiful. Bill agreed because he knew that having the lead designer would be beneficial for them. Eric felt like their response made him feel good. He said that deep down, he was still an artist and that he hated not being able to do what he loved. He gave his all to the new business venture with Bill and Katie. When Liam walked into the Spencer office out of the blue, it was the first big test for the secret alliance. He went to see Bill, but instead found Eric Forrester with a bunch of design sketches all around him. What Liam saw shocked him to the core. He told them right away that Brooke and Ridge would not like this news. He felt bad about telling the secret because he knew it would hurt Hope's family. This was a private business matter, and Bill and Katie stood their ground. They made it clear that Liam couldn't tell anyone, not even Hope. Eric explained his choice by saying that he was helping Katie because she is a nice person who deserves to do well. He knew what he was doing would get him into trouble, but he thought the Forresters were to blame. When they got back to the Forrester office, the mood changed from cocky to nostalgic. Ridge kept bragging about how much of a market he controlled, but Brooke changed the subject to legacy. She praised Ridge for how he respected Eric's past while moving the business forward. At that very moment, Ridge admitted that he missed working with his dad. He knew Eric probably still had a strong desire to make things. Ridge said it sounded like his dad would do anything to get back to the design table. He had no idea that Eric was already doing the same thing at a different company. This irony brought out the difference between what Ridge thought and what his father really thought. The episode showed that Ridge's position was changing, while Eric's position became firmer. The last few minutes of the episode made the new normal for the cast of The Bold and the Beautiful a bit more prominent. Eric stood up straight in Bill's office and said that his new chapter had officially begun. He didn't feel bad about leaving the company. He started to work for Logan. Bill and Katie were very proud because they knew they had the most powerful fashion weapon on their side. Eric made it clear that he was no longer a member of the Forrester Creations design team. He is determined to show that he is worth something and to get back at the son who didn't believe in him. There is going to be a huge war between businesses and families. At the end of the episode, it shows that Ridge and Brooke's peace was to end. Here's what's coming up on The Bold and the Beautiful for Friday, February 6th, 2026. From a secret to surprising news, tomorrow's episode promises major twists. Fans can expect Ridge to finally learn about Taylor&Deacon and more. Read on as soap opera news unpacks all the drama ahead. Ridge has been dealing with a lot lately. He's been wrestling with guilt over pushing Eric into retirement, standing by Brooke after she felt hurt when her sister named her fashion house Logan, and reconnecting with his son RJ. He's had his hands full, to say the least. But now, he's about to hear something from his daughter that he was not expecting. We all know how Steffi feels about the whole Deacon and Taylor situation, and she can't keep it to herself. She's going to reveal to Ridge that Taylor has feelings for Deacon. No doubt, Ridge is going to be stunned. But while he is not a fan of Sheila, would he support a relationship between Deacon and Taylor? He'll probably say he wants Taylor to be happy, but he might feel the same way his daughter does about the situation. B&B spoilers for February 6th also tease that Sheila is blissfully unaware of Deacon and Taylor. It's probably better that way, because we all know Sheila. She has a long track record of dastardly deeds, and the crazy in her has been mostly dormant since marrying Deacon. Hearing that Deacon wants to leave her for another woman, the woman she thought was crucial to fixing their marriage, will no doubt set her off once the truth comes to light. That's exactly what Steffi is worried about. That's what anyone should be worried about. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't miss the latest spoilers on B&B. According to Bold Spoilers, Sheila is kept in the dark, and more. If you've been wondering where Wyatt Spencer has been lately, trust us. You're not alone. The Bold and the Beautiful fandom has been asking the same question, especially with all the Spencer family drama heating up again. Darren Brooks, who officially exited B&B in early 2024, has finally addressed the matter in a new interview. And while Wyatt may be off-screen for now, it doesn't sound like this chapter is completely closed. Brooks wrapped up his run as Wyatt Spencer after more than a decade on The Bold and the Beautiful. He made his final appearance on January 19th, 2024. Since then, fans have noticed his absence, and they've been vocal about it. The good news? Brooks hasn't exactly been sitting still. He's been busy filming new projects, including the upcoming comedy The Roaring Game, which officially hits screens February 6th. The film is a sports comedy drama that follows Ricky, a heartbroken high school janitor. After his girlfriend leaves to play hockey for Team USA, Ricky decides to win her back by forming a misfit curling team and competing for gold. Directed by Tom DeNucci, the movie chronicles their hilarious and inspiring journey to the World Games. On top of that, Brooks is still attached to the long-in-development Blue Mountain State sequel, currently in the works at Amazon. Translation: his calendar is full, but his soap roots aren't forgotten. When asked if he'd ever return to the soap genre, or specifically The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooks didn't shut the door. Instead of saying no, he teased that there could be something coming up. Naturally, soapy minds everywhere went into overdrive. Wyatt Spencer has always been a fan favorite, and there's no doubt we and fans alike would love to see him react to all the latest happenings in the Spencer family. This tease has many wondering if a return could be in the cards down the line. Brooks first stepped into the role of Wyatt Spencer in 2013 and quickly became a staple on B&B for over 10 years. But before his B&B days, Brooks played Max Brady on Days of Our Lives from 2005 to 2010, a role that earned him a Daytime Emmy Award in 2009 for Outstanding Younger Actor in a Drama Series. So, do you want to see Wyatt back on B&B? What do you think? Would you like to see Darren Brooks return to the bold and the beautiful? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your take. Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. Today on Bold and the Beautiful, Liam learns Eric is Katie's new designer, and Ridge feels immense guilt. Read the last B&B recap. Dylan and RJ shared a moment after she announced she's leaving, and Taylor and Deacon professed their love. Brooke coos as Ridge sucks on her neck at Forrester. She appreciates his friskiness. He has never been happier, and that's because of her. She says her life is pretty perfect, but she misses working with her sister. He says he would hire her back if she left her fashion house behind. He blames Bill for everything. They are both sure the fashion house will be a dead end. Brooke does a phone interview and claims she's very happy for her sister. Ridge starts complaining about the new people in the cutting room fighting. He misses his dad since he could handle that sort of this. Brooke assures him he's a people person and people like him. They speculate on how Katie got as a designer. Ridge says that whoever it is will not have the elegance or sophistication of Forrester. He refuses to see Katie's company as competition. It doesn't have the legacy of Eric. He misses his dad. Brooke says change is inevitable. Ridge still wakes up in the middle of the night because he feels so bad for pushing his dad out. When he sees his dad, he seems content, but he's sure he would do anything to be designing again. In the design office, Hope asks Liam to pick up their daughter since she's so busy. They can't believe Eric has retired. Liam would have handled it differently and not pressured his father to step down. They give Ridge credit for realizing he overstepped. Not that it made any difference. She thinks the drama between Katie and Brooke has been hard on both of them. Donna is stuck in the middle and wants peace. Her mom has tried to smooth things over, but no dice. They agree to stay neutral about this. They want everyone to get along. Hope asks if he has any idea who the new designer is. He doesn't. Liam lives to pick up the kid. In Bill's office, he and Katie talk about Eric's desire to stick it to the dressmaker. It sounds great to Bill. As he tells her what a great job she's doing, Eric arrives in disguise and pulls out his design portfolio. Eric reminds them no one can know he's the lead designer. She goes through his designs and tells him they are exactly what she wanted. Even Bill is damn impressed. Eric says he hasn't received compliments like this for quite some time. Bill hopes he's all in on this. He says he's totally devoted to making this a success for Katie. She'll prove to everyone that she's a winner. Both men go on about how special Katie is. She tells Eric he's special too. He admits Ridge hasn't made him feel that way since he forced him out. Katie tells him he's still an artist and at the top of his game. As they repeat that they have to keep his role as designer a secret, Liam stumbles in. He notices all of the designs on the desk and starts stuttering as he puts things together. Bill can see he's in shock. Eric explains that he was forced out, and he's doing this for the most wonderful woman he knows. Bill tells his son they need to keep this under wraps. This is Spencer business, and he can't say anything, not even to Hope. Eric knows hell will break loose, but they brought it on themselves. His new chapter is with Logan. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Thursday, February 5th, reveal that Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp share a forbidden kiss. There's no stopping Taylor and Deacon from giving in to their feelings, not even the looming threat of Sheila Carter or Steffi Forrester's firm ultimatum. On Thursday, Taylor and Deacon made it clear they're choosing each other, no matter the obstacles. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the two profess their love for each other once more, leading to yet another steamy moment. Taylor and Deacon share a forbidden kiss, which could explode into something more. Will they end up hitting the sheets? Meanwhile, Steffi remains adamant about disowning Taylor if she gets involved with Deacon. She knows the consequences of the affair could get deadly, especially once Sheila finds out about it. So far, the eight-toed villain remains in the dark about what's really going on between Deacon and Taylor. This week, Deacon begins letting her down gently. How will Sheila react once he officially calls it quits? As the week comes to a close, Steffi turns to Ridge Forrester for help. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say she informs her dad about Taylor and Deacon. Steffi may even turn to Ridge, urging him to reason with Taylor and convince her to end things with Deacon before the situation turns deadly. But will Taylor listen to her ex? Ridge could also confront Deacon directly, warning him to stay away from Taylor before the affair spirals out of control. Either way, expect to see the dressmaker take action once he finds out about the illicit romance. Eager to know the spoilers and recap for The Bold and the Beautiful for February 4th? The episode opens with Brooke and Ridge sharing a playful moment and reflecting on their seemingly perfect lives. However, Brooke continues to miss Katie. Meanwhile, Katie and Bill believe that Ridge and Brooke made a foolish decision by pushing Eric into retirement. Still grateful to have him as a lead designer, Katie is surprised when Eric walks in with his portfolio of designs and asks her to take a look at Logan's future. As Hope is busy, she asks Liam to pick up Beth. Their conversation then shifts to Eric's retirement, and Liam reveals that it feels like Ridge forced Eric to leave the company. He adds that if Eric truly wanted to stay, Ridge could have handled the situation differently. While Hope insists that Ridge did ask Eric to return, Liam remains doubtful. Elsewhere, Ridge tells Brooke that he looks forward to recruiting Katie to lead Forrester's PR as he believes her business will not last. Liam and Hope decide that they will not take sides between the Logan sisters. While Brooke tells a reporter that she is happy for Katie's business, Ridge appears tense and stressed. Brooke reassures him that he is doing a great job with the staff, and their conversation eventually turns to Katie and her mysterious lead designer. Meanwhile, Hope asks Liam if he has any idea who Katie's designer is, but he refuses to say anything and instead gives her a kiss. Brooke begins to suspect that Katie's designer might be someone unexpected, given how much she is hiding. Bill and Katie are impressed by Eric's stunning designs. Bill tells Eric that he has no problem standing by him, even if it means opposing his son. Eric, however, remains focused on his passion for design and asks whether they truly support him. Bill assures him that he does and promises to stand by Katie's side. They discuss Eric's retirement, and although Eric dislikes having his designs taken away from him, he still sees himself as an artist. After Katie praises his talent, Eric asks her to keep the lead designer arrangement a secret. Suddenly, Liam walks in. Ridge complains that he views Katie's business as nothing more than a small side project. While Brooke talks about Eric's legacy, Ridge admits that he regrets forcing his father into retirement and misses working with him. Even so, he is confident that he will find a way to get Eric creating again someday. When Liam arrives at the Logan office, he learns that Eric Forrester is Katie's lead designer. Bill immediately asks Liam to stay quiet, emphasizing that this is strictly a business matter. Liam argues, but Bill insists that no one can know. Eric explains that once Ridge and Brooke find out, chaos will follow. He then confidently declares that his future is with Logan. Brooke is chatting on the phone with a reporter about Katie's new fashion house. Afterwards, Ridge waltzes in with a story about a new hire, which makes him miss his father, who was so good with people. They trade barbs before Brooke says everyone loves him. Ridge concurs, but notes the exception of Katie. Brooke says Katie is upset with her and not him, which is why she went over to her new offices yet again. Katie is reviewing Eric's new designs, and she thinks they are truly stunning. Bill agrees and says his work is truly impressive. Eric appreciates the compliments and notes he hadn't been receiving many over at Forrester Creations. Bill doesn't blame Eric for wanting to stick it to his ungrateful son, but wants to make sure he is fully on board. Eric says his designs are his commitment and wants to make sure Bill is fully on board with this new journey. Bill goes to Katie and says she is the love of his life, and he is devoted to her happiness, and the success of their new venture. He is certain she will succeed and declares Katie Logan Spencer a winner in every way. What did you think of today's episode? Sound off in the comments and watch the video clip below.